God says they will never be able to manipulate you again. They will never be able to confuse you, to use you and abuse you for their own plans. Come on now. They will never be able to control your life or dictate what you do in life. Come on now. They will never be able to do that again. When God designed you, he designed you to destroy the system. But because you don't know who you are, you end up another victim in the system. Come on, catch them diamonds. I want to talk to you about your hidden inheritance. Your hidden inheritance. I want to bring you from religion to relation, because when God speaks to you, it's going to be on a spiritual level. Come on now. A lot of times religion will keep you in a cycle, and God is coming to break the cycle, because nothing about you is ordinary. Come on now. God says, I designed you to destroy the system that you live in. Your life will be different. Your future is different. You are different. When you tried to fit in, that's what caused chaos in your life, because when you are chosen one, you cannot fit in, because when you do, it causes chaos. Come on. Let me paint a picture for you. Stay right here with me. I want you to look at this. Somebody say, what's your canvas? Your life is like a canvas because it tells a story. Come on now. And when you show up in rooms, your vibration speaks to people. Come on now. I told you your life will be different. When you are chosen, you can't fit in. So your life will be different. God is going to separate you. Let me show you something. This right here is the most beautiful picture in the world. And some people will look at this and say, well, what is it? It's nothing there. Exactly. This is how our life looks. Come on now. This is how our life looks before society steps in, before family traditions step in, before religious traditions step in. This is what your life look like. It don't look like much, but God says regarding you, come on, I am still painting the picture. Follow me. Follow me. I am trying to bring you from religion to relation, because that's where God is going to speak to you, because God did not call you to fit in with the religious beliefs. Now stay with me now. I'm going to let you listen to something. This is personal. This is a prophecy that was spoken to me at the age of 23, and I'm going to break this message down. Stay with me. Catch them diamonds.
I don't know why I say that. God doesn't want you to get pregnant. I don't know why I say that. God doesn't want you to get pregnant.
You know how to get pregnant, but you don't know why.
Oh,
sometimes you hold it back.
you will finish
It might be
what you started here, and then you will move to another large after that. I see you in New York. I see you doing big stuff.
The first thing I'm going to tell you is that God's purpose and instructions are bigger than people's plans. It is bigger than our religious beliefs, our community beliefs, our society beliefs, and our family beliefs. Come on now. Sometimes you do not fit inside that box of beliefs. Come on now. Beliefs sometimes will destroy your life, delay your life, and also delay the purpose that God has on your life. Come on now. Did you hear the instructions from God? He says, tell her not to do that. Even the man of God says, I don't know why I say this. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but God says, I do not want you to do that. I do not want you to get pregnant, because at the age of 23, based on religious beliefs, come on now, based on society beliefs, I thought that that was the only thing I was supposed to do as a woman. But God says, no, tell her I said not to do that. God says your life is different. I'm raising you up to be a leader, a motivational speaker that will put a burden on your life. The man of God said to me, are you trying to get pregnant? I say, no, it is because of what they teach me in religion. Come on now. Come on now. I'm coming to break those chains. It's what they teach me in my environment, in society. They say that's all God ever has for a woman, is for her to be pregnant, for her to be up under somebody else and never having a sense of identity and purpose. And God says, no, that's not what I want you to do. Come on now. This is why I'm trying to break you from religion and pull you into a relationship with God. Because if you do not get a relationship with God, you're going to miss your life. And I'm going to show you what your life will look like when you follow people's plans and their beliefs versus God's purpose and instructions for your life. Let me show you. When God gave me the revelation about this word, he instructed me to buy a canvas. This canvas will represent what our lives look like when we don't know God's divine purpose and instructions for our life. This is what our life look like when we follow everybody else's belief systems for our life. Come on now, catch them diamonds. This picture is called behind the curtain. Come on, because even though when we show up in life, people may not see everything that we go through because it may be behind the curtain. And this is what I call a beautiful chaos. Come on now. Sometimes we have beautiful faces, come on now. But when people come into our lives, they will see the chaos that is behind the curtain. And this is what our lives look like when we do not hear from God, when we do not know what God's plans and purpose is for our life. We end up following everybody else, come on now. And behind that curtain, we deal with so much, even though we may be beautiful. There is still chaos behind the curtain. Come on, you better catch them diamonds. Based off religious beliefs, I thought that God didn't have anything else for me because I was a woman. Society says you're a woman, you will never be great. But God says, I beg to differ. Give her these instructions. Tell her I said not to. God said he did not want me to become pregnant. And the man of God says, God is showing me. He said, tell her it will be a burden for her. It will be a burden for her. That is not what I'm calling in this hour for her. And this is what I try to teach people. Before you become one with the man, come on now, you better become one with God. Come on. Come on, you got to get that out your mind because God may be taking you to another path in life. You better catch them diamonds. This is my real life. And I hope you're inspired by it. You cannot follow religious beliefs. That's not enough. And this is why I came to you before and said there needs to be a spiritual awakening in your life. Come on. Because at the age of 23, as I stood in front of the man of God and he prophesied and gave me God's instructions, that's when I knew this is deeper. This has to be a spiritual awakening in my life if I want to be able to hear from God and know his plans and purpose for my life and not people. Based on religious beliefs. This is why most people's life look the same. This is why you have done everything that they told you to do from the Bible and you still don't feel satisfied. You got married, you had the kids, you stayed home, you did all of those things that they told you you should do as a woman. And this is why you find yourself still not satisfied. Because like I told you before, it's more to you. It is more to your life. And because I was in the right place at the right time, hearing from God, I was able to get my instructions. So when people come into my life, they can no longer manipulate me. They can no longer shame me. Come on, catch them diamonds, because I know who I am. And when you know who you are, can't nobody do nothing with you. Because you know who you are and you know who you belong to and you know exactly what God is doing in your life. So can't nobody confuse you. I told you, they will not be able to manipulate you ever again. Listen, I don't want you to confuse my message. I'm not saying that having children is a bad thing. What I am saying is that when we are led by people, we may end up in chaos and have a burden in our lives. And God was already showing me, listen, if you make that move, you're going to have a lot of burden in your life. Come on now. That's the point I'm trying to make. This is just an example because this is what I was dealing with at that time in life because I thought that that's what I was supposed to be doing. And everybody, you don't have any kids? Why? You ain't married. Why you ain't in no relationship? People try to shame you. People will try to shame you and use religion to do it. Come on now. Come on now, that's deep. And so this was in my mind. I didn't even pray about it. God heard my thoughts. And when I went to church one night, the man of God stepped to me. And in the midst of him prophesying, he said, I don't know why I say this. I don't know why I see this. But God says, I do not want you to get pregnant. That's all I needed to hear. I'm trying to tell you, when you follow people in those religious beliefs and also your family beliefs, society beliefs, community beliefs, it will cause you to live in chaos and have so much burden in your life. Come on now. All I'm trying to do is tell you to seek God before you make a move. Seek God before you make a move. See, what God instructed me to do, it could be only temporary. God may say, not right now, I don't want you to have kids because I am raising you up to do something totally different. This may just be a restriction. It can be 5 years from now and I have a child. But all I know is that when God give you instructions, you better listen. Because this is how we end up in shoulda, coulda, woulda, or we end up dealing with a lifetime of regret. I'm just bringing you a real message for real people dealing with real chaos in our lives. And I want you to understand, God has more for you than what people try to tell you. I told you, you have a hidden inheritance. God has more for you in his will. Catch them diamonds.